listening to a beautiful piece of music, okay? You love it so much that there is no you listening, there's just music, right? You don't say, well, you know, they're playing this instrument and then it's going to stop soon and I can hardly wait for it to stop or start again or whatever, right? You're immersed in it, in other words. You're totally one with the music, okay? Now at that moment that you're listening to the music, there is no you, right? There is no you at all. But there is awareness of music. There's awareness of this totality, of this wholeness. There's just awareness of this heaven. This is awareness of being. Are you with me? Mm-hmm. And it is awareness of being in that moment of being, which is called the kingdom of God. You see? Which is called heaven. Because at that moment there's no you who is knowing anything, but there's a heart knowing of is. And it is that which teaches us everything. It is that which gives us the highest knowledge, the highest knowing. The immersion that is itself the highest, and yet there is no one who experiences the higher except the higher experiencing itself. I know it's words, but I think you'll understand. Okay. Okay, good. Yes, honey?
I think it's, I think trying may be the wrong word, but in opening oneself to listening to that which can never be heard, you know,
mm-hmm.
the silence between...
The silence cannot be heard.
That
yeah.
In the process of engaging with that,
mm-hmm.
that it's almost like the conduit enlarges somehow. And
that's right.
Opens more.
That's right. Because there is no you. So there's this vast field of total ecstatic union. You see? There's just being. There's just wholeness. There's this heaven. When you experience Bunjaji in India, you probably have felt this all incredible vastness. There's this, you see? And yet, although there was no Mare, yet there was the experience of this vastness. You see? Yeah. So this is the you know, where words fail us, but that's the experience. You see, that's the experience of God experiencing itself. Yeah.
It's funny because you know it, but yet you don't know how you know it.
That's it. That's it. Yes. Yes. Yeah. But you know it. Yeah. 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 And that knowing, that inner knowing, has no way that it can define or put in words. You see? And that's why sometimes when we read too much or we get to know words too much, we think we know. And it's all information, and information is dead. You know, many people have said to me, Burt, I know all this. And I've heard it all the time, you know. I get clients, oh, I know all this. And when they say that, I say, oh, I'm going to have a tough time here. You know, because what happens when you know too much spirituality? You feel flat and dead. You see? Because it is the heart. There's nothing to know. There's only love expanding. And in truth, there's nothing to learn. There's just to expand the heart, to see more, to feel more, to know love and freedom. You see? That's only what is happening. That expands. And it is that knowing that is the real knowledge. But it's not information. You see? In fact, the more information you have, the less you can live the life.
Because there's less listening.
There's less listening because you become full of concepts, you see? The moment we hear love, immediately people have a concept. You can't imagine how many people have asked me, wrote me emails about love, you know, and you can try to define it. You can, you know, some people say, well, but I don't know what love is. I've never experienced it. When they say that, then I'll say, congratulations, because the moment you realize you don't know what love is, you're ready to expand to it, you see? Because in reality, you cannot know what love or freedom is until you experience it. And then even when you experience it, to the level of that experience. Because the beautiful thing about being is that there's no limit. There's no limit to knowing being. Because...
So Are you saying that the more you experience of it, the less you really know it?
Yeah, because you disappear, yeah. But at the same time, there's all-knowing, which is happening. But it is not. But there's no one who says, I know. You see? The person who says, I know, is not there anymore. Yeah. Yeah.
It's interesting what you said about reading. There was one time I remember when I was at Andrew Cohen and we were together with Fuges where I said to Andrew, I just wish I could forget everything I'd ever read about spirituality, every single thing, because I could see other concepts.
Yeah.
Just getting in the way of the real.
Getting in the way.
Totally in the way.
Yeah, like Gangaji used to say, we're so full of strategies.
Yeah.
You know, we know this technique, we know this method, we study this, we study that, we know this, we know that, but we know nothing. Because there's no joy in the heart, there's no real knowing. Yeah. 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 How is the changeless now experienced as love and freedom? Maybe some of you would like to share some experience or something that you've had and known. How is the changeless now experienced as love and freedom? All right, either one. They're both one, incidentally, love and freedom, just different expressions of the same being. We're stuck for words, and I can understand that. Yeah.
The first word that came up for me was trust.
Mm-hmm. What is trust to you, though? How does it feel? Well, how does trust feel in your body, for example? Another thing, too, that is important is that when we say a word, listen to your body and how your body resonates to that word. Because you see, otherwise it stays in your head. And if it stays in your head, you don't know. You know? But if you feel it in your body, how does trust feel in your body? How does love feel in your body? You see? And this is the beautiful thing about body, and it's something that I keep learning all the time as I do the one-on-one sessions. And we'll always go back, first become aware totally of the body, because the body is teaching you all the time. You know, Adyashanti said something too. He said the real wisdom is from the neck down. And it's true. When you listen to the body is talking to you all the time. It's always telling you, giving you ideas. You know, and the body never lies. The body never lies. So when we use beautiful words like trust, love, freedom, which is correct, how does it feel in the body?
Relaxing and warm. And also for me, there's an energy that's moving.
That's an energy that's moving. Yeah.
It's like there's no obstacles in that energy. It's just
a
free movement of energy.
That's right. And love and freedom, that's perfect. That's beautiful.
It feels like
that's total alignment. That's what's that?
Like time stands still and you're merging.
Time stands still. Yeah. Yeah. And there's a non-restriction, non-contraction. There's just a flow. Right. There's that incredible flow. Yeah. The moment we limit ourselves by any thought or whatever, the body feels contracted. And that's what the emotional body does, you see. We feel emotions and we feel contracted. We go back to our ego and we protect the shell, the surface, the appearance, you see. And then we block the being from expression. Okay, and the last one. What is the most blinding belief apart from ego?
That we die?
Liberation is something.
Do we die? I'd like to stick with that. No, you said do we die?
No, that we die.
What is death? I know it's a big one, but I'll ask you. I don't know what you mean. Was that?
Well, just what came up was the belief.
But is it really the end of the physical, though?
I don't know for sure.
Yeah. You see, that's another interesting thing. I used to think that if the body dies, it's really the end of the physical. But is there really physical? Or is it just as energy appearing as physical? You see? It's all part of the being playing this role. There are dimensions, there are levels, there are incredible. It's all energy. The reason we think the body is so solid is because of our senses. But what are senses? You see? Really, get in touch with the senses. And then you begin to see a whole new dimension, a whole way of seeing.